Kristen, and you're watching my channel, Kristen Cooks. Thanks for stopping by. Today, I'm going to talk about cake pops. They're so good. They're so delicious. I love them. And they are so easy to make. You can just throw them together and have them in your freezer, ready to go whenever you want a sweet treat. And yeah, it's just great. I don't have much else to say, but let's get going on the cake pops. So I'm going to use a box cake mix for these cake pops. So I'm just going to dump this whole bag of cake mix into a bowl. And I'm just going to prepare it just how it says on the box. Just with some cup of water and a couple eggs and about a half a cup of vegetable oil. You can substitute milk for the water if you want, and melted butter for the vegetable oil, and that would just make them so much more tasty. But for this video, I'm just doing it the way the box says. And I'm using red velvet cake mix, of course, just mixing it together right here, trying to get, you know, most of the lumps out, but not over mixing. And then we have the oven preheated to 350, and I'm just going to pour the cake mix onto this baking pan and bake it for, it was about 25 minutes. And then here, this is the unique part of this video. I'm using the steam from the freshly baked cake to form the cake pops. You know, usually you have like ready like frosting that you put in, and that's like the binder that will form the cake pops. But that way just never worked out very well for me and my daughter when we tried it, because the frosting would make the cake pops kind of oily and difficult to work with. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Let me know down below if you have. But we came across this video where this lady, she used freshly baked cake, put it into a stand mixer with a paddle attachment, and then just slowly mixed it, and the steam that was coming off of the cake would help the dough to form for the cake pops. So really, you don't need the extra frosting and the extra sugar and junk that's in, you know, the little tub of frosting at the store. You can just use the steam from the cake, and it works great. And then also you put in about a quarter cup of powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla. Honestly, I think I did this a little bit too soon, but if you make this, just let it mix for a little bit until the cake becomes more like a dough-like texture, like right here. But anyway, it worked out really well. It does take a little bit for the dough to kind of form and for the cake to stick together, but you just mix it on low and it'll come together. So then I have this small cookie scoop, and I'm going to use this to portion out each ball. And then I just kind of put it in my hand, and then I just roll it around between my hands, and so that, you know, we have a round ball. And then you stick them in the freezer. That's where these are now. And then they're ready to dip in some melting chocolate. You can put them in the freezer just for like a half an hour, or I did mine overnight and it was fine. And another reason why this method is better than using frosting to bind your cake balls is because when we would go to dip the cake balls, they would kind of fall apart in the warm melting chocolate. And this way they just kind of stayed together a lot better. A lot, you know, because they're frozen, of course, but it was easier, so much easier to work with without the frosting, the extra frosting in the cake pops. But you do have to work quickly, we discovered, because as soon as they start to thaw out, then they, of course, fell apart a little bit more easier when we went to dip them into the chocolate. But, you know, if that happens, if they get too thawed out, you just throw them back in the freezer for a little bit and they're good to go. So let me know down below if you make these at home, if you like to do these, what kind of flavors do you like? what method works best for you. Let me know. I'd love to find out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.